pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Maybe so. Item number 4, we'll have a roll call. Ms. Burkhart? Here. Mr. Berta?
Here.
Mr. Story?
Here.
Mr. Timmons?
Here.
And myself. Okay. Item number 5 is our approval of the minutes, the council meeting of January 13th. It was in your packet, and do we have any discussion, or do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Burden, and second by Mr. Story. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Our next item is to hear from public comment from our guests. If anybody would like to speak. If not, we'll move on to item number 7, the reports from our committees. We'll start with our police chief report, from Chief Honholt.
Yes, ma'am. Just clarification, Kevin Crocker won't be here tonight, so I've got his numbers as well. For the month of January 2025, police department conducted a total of 270 traffic stops, which resulted in 116 citations and 175 warnings. 2 drug arrests were made, 8 misdemeanor arrests, and 93 calls for service and general complaints for the month of January, which historically has been a slower month, obviously due to the weather. As far as fire is concerned for January, 9 calls for service and 261 volunteer hours for the fire department. A couple of highlights for the month. One is a lot of our team is downstairs finishing up the gym based on what they're doing here, and I'm projecting, but I would say it's probably going to be completed by the end of the month. You guys are down there, so tell me if I'm wrong, but you're moving along so quick.
Yes, sir.
We received some more donated equipment today that looks like it's pretty darn good shape, and the gym's about full up. So we're hoping that, I know a lot of the guys are starting to use it anyway, but just as a way of boosting health, motivation, etc. It's a nice option to have for them. It's kind of sitting empty for so long that it's nice to see it coming back to life. January, February, and March, a lot of the team is attending a variety of different training. Obviously, we had the Tactical Combat Casualty Care course here. Canine Officer Batten's going to Firearms Instructor School. We've got, honestly, so many of them right now that I can't even recall who's going to what, but they're really moving on that. And we've got a couple of projects I'm hoping to be able to tell you about in maybe 2 meetings from now. I think probably about April. I'm going to kind of keep it to myself or keep it quiet just for the time being, so it's not jump the gun on it, but I think we have a couple of things that are going to be kind of nice to the community coming out to share with you soon too. That's all I have.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you all for what you do. Item number 8 is old business. Item number 9 is new business. I think we're good on that. Item number 10 is the water leak adjustment. We have a request for a water leak adjustment for Mikey Pulley. It is 1358 Donaldson Parkway, and his bill with the leak was $3,360.42. The adjustment was $2,145.26, which he has been billed for $1,215.16. And from what Charles has said, he's met the criteria for this adjustment. So is there any discussion on this adjustment? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion, Mr. Story, to have a second.
Second.
Second by Mr. Berta. We'll have a roll call. Ms. Burkhart?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Myself. Okay. Carla, I'll give this to you afterwards, and we'll have that for you ready. Okay. Item number 11 is the ordinance number 49325. It's for the second reading. It is to amend the fiscal budget year 2024-2025 state and local recovery funds. This is our second reading. So do I have any discussion on this second reading, or do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Story. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Burkhart. We'll have a roll call. Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhart?
Yes.
Okay, passes. Number 12 is ordinance number 49425 on the second reading. It's the ordinance to amend the fiscal budget 2024-2025 for the sewer system line installation. This is our second reading also, so do I have Any discussion, or do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
A motion by Mr. Story, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Burkhardt. Let's have a roll call. Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Okay, item passes. Item 13, ordinance 495-25, and this is also a second reading. This is the ordinance to seek a zoning classification change from R1 to C2. That is our second reading. Is there any discussion, or do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Story, have a second by Ms. Burkhardt. Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Item number 14 is ordinance number 496-25, and this is also a second reading. It's the ordinance to amend the ordinance number 414-16 by amending the Article 2, Section 2020, and that's by adding the definitions of the tiny homes. And this is a second reading, so any discussion, or do I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion with Ms. Burkhardt, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Berta. Have a roll call. Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yeah.
Okay. Item number 15 is the ordinance number 497-25 on the second reading. This is the ordinance to amend the ordinance number 414-16 by amending the Article 2, Section 2020. And it is for Article 5, Section 5050 for the mobile home park district. And this is our second reading. Any discussion or a motion to approve?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Timmons, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Berta, we'll have a roll call. Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Item number 16 is the resolution number 688-25. It's a resolution authorizing the mayor and city administrator to negotiate and sell a small piece of Timber Top's property. I think Charles has spoke with each of you as far as Charles could not be here tonight. So is there any discussion, or do I have a motion to approve?
Motion.
A motion by Mr. Story, a second by Ms. Burkhardt. Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Story?
Yes.
And myself, okay. And this is item number 17, the resolution number 689-25. It's to award the 2023 CDBG asphalt reconstruction project. So that was, we had taken bids, and that's to award that to them. Is there any discussion on this? If not, do I have a motion to approve it?
Motion.
Motion, Ms. Burkhardt, do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Berta. Mr. Story?
Yes.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Ms. Burkhardt?
Yes.
Mr. Berta?
Yes.
Okay. Item number 18 is the communications from the mayor. I think we have several tournaments that's coming up down at the Dover City Park, and if Mr. Story didn't mind, I think he's got a list of them.
I don't have all of them, some of the highlighted ones. May 3rd and 4th is the high school championship fishing tournament out of Lick Creek. They come here for one-day tournament, but this year we're hosting the two-day championship. They're also going to be back at Lick Creek October 25th. That's what will be the one day, that's the regional tournament. But the May 3rd and 4th, usually on those championships, there's about 300 boats in those for that weekend. So if we can, Chief has some volunteers from them to help with the parking and organizing that. April 5th is the Country Boy Classic. That's an annual tournament out in Lick Creek. They usually have about 70 to 80 boats fishing that. This year we're having something kind of new. Am I pronouncing it right? Casa?
CASA.
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 So the CASA Development have come, and they're organizing a tournament to be June the 21st out of Lick Creek. I've been helping them with it. I'm excited about it. we used to have the FOP tournament about that same weekend in June. And since the guy that did the FOP has moved from the county, we don't have that anymore. So I've talked to Gwen Jones a lot about this, and we got a lot of people on board. And I think this will be something annually out of Lick Creek to take care of, kind of replace the FOP tournament.
What's the name of it again?
CASA.
CASA.
CASA, it's court appointed, it's the
CASA.
volunteers, all the CASA, CASA.
And that's June 21st.
They actually do this, they represent children that go before the juvenile that doesn't have any representation, that's actually taken from homes, is what they do, and they're all volunteers. So I think this is it's kind of a fundraiser kind of thing that they're
And,
doing.
you know, we're talking, if a lot of you, I don't know if you've ever been to the FOP tournaments, but I mean, the FOP tournaments, we had a large raffle, and people that didn't even fish, they would show up and buy tickets, and, you know, it's a drawing, and God, there's people that had $50 or 50 tickets or 100 tickets. I know my son would buy like 200 and got more crap at the house from them things, but it's going to be a big turnout. If I think we can get it developed right and get everybody on board, and we can do it annually, it's going to be a pretty big thing, hopefully, for us. The Steve Keel tournament, I don't have the date for that yet, but it is probably going to be again this year at Lick Creek.
I think it is planned to be, but we hadn't got a date for it, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna have it, because it is an annual
Yeah.
tournament as well. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Story.
Hey, not a problem.
Also, we're getting geared up. We're gonna start having meetings for our Eagle Fest. I talked with someone today, so hopefully, next month we'll have some exciting news that we can announce. I don't want to exactly do it right now, but really excited. I think the Eagle Fest is it just keeps growing and getting better, and I think the excitement's going to be really good for the community all through the county and even adjoining counties. So I'm excited about this, and so that's all that I have. I want to thank the employees and all of our public safety, our reserves. My mind just went blank, sorry. It's not my age. But all the reserves, everyone that makes the town of Dover such a good team. I want to thank everybody for that. I think, you know, I hear nothing but good, and I will say this, and I won't call out an officer, but I get a phone call the other day, and I picked up the phone, and I was like, how are you? Well, I just got pulled over by one of your cops, but I just want you to know that was the nicest cop that's ever been. So they weren't even complaining. I don't really know if they got a ticket. I don't know if she got a ticket or whatever, but she was telling me how nice she was treated. So I just thought, you know, I don't think anybody has a problem with anybody doing their job, but how you do it has a big impact. So she was very complimentary, even though she said her heart was beating so fast. So I just wanted to throw that in, but I do think we have a great team, and I'm just proud to be a part of it. So I thank everyone, and that's all I have. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Have a motion, Ms. Burkhart. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Berta. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned. Anyway, what?